Hi family, how y'all doing today? I pray that all is well with you guys. So today God has given me some revelation in the middle of a test. It was a storm actually. I just got off from military duty and my military unit is an hour and 20 minutes away from where I'm located at. So I decided that I was going to try to take an alternate route to get home today. I used my GPS and I was trying to take an alternate route because I left an item with someone and I was closer to the alternate route than I was to my original route. So I took the alternate route and I was driving for all of 10 minutes and I seen a car hydroplane. It was pouring down raining first of all, but the speed limit at that time was 55 miles an hour. I seen the car hydroplane. They hydroplaned and I mean they just was going like this and then they went off the road and they did a U-turn and turned back around. So because of the gifting that God gives us, I see stuff. So whenever I see something happen in front of me, whenever I see something like that's going to be opposing or as a threat in front of me, I normally like take heed to what's going on and I stop. So I actually just put my emergency lights on and I pulled over. And I decided I was going to do a U-turn and just go back the opposite way because whenever I seen that car move off the road, I seen some water. So I did the U-turn and I went back the opposite way and with the original way I normally travel. As I'm proceeding to go forward the original way I normally travel, the rain slacks up. Then I get on the highway. I get on I-45 in Texas. I get on I-45 and I'm driving for all of 30 minutes. After that 30 minutes, it started pouring down for the next 2 hours. So I thought I avoided the storm because I turned around 10 minutes after driving the initial route. And then I ran right into another storm. So it's just like in our everyday life, guys. We think that we are avoiding storms because we go different directions. Even if God told us, hey, don't go that way. Because I honestly believe that I was given this test because the Holy Spirit was telling me not to go this way, the alternate route that I made for myself. But I still refused to listen until I seen that car hydroplane. So I turned the opposite way and did a U-turn. So whenever I started going for those 30 minutes, my original route, and then the storm started pouring down for the next 2 hours, it only takes me an hour and 20 minutes to get from the location where I was at. The trip in total was 2 hours and 30 minutes. Sometimes these tests that we have, that it takes us longer to get to the promotion, it takes us longer to get to the degree, it takes us longer to get to the career, the business that you want to start, or starting your family, or getting to your husband. Sometimes it might take longer, but in those tests, like it took me 2 hours and 30 minutes, but guess what? I don't have a scrape, I don't have a scratch, I don't have a bruise. My car is fully intact because I listened to God, or I included him in it, because whenever I turned around in that 2 hour time frame where it took me to get home, the 2 hours and 30 minutes, in that time frame, I prayed and I worshiped. In that time frame, I prayed. And I started ministering to myself because I was like, God, please be with me. Knowing that he says he never leaves us nor forsakes us. I was like, Lord, just please be with me, be with me, be with me. I started singing, I told the storm. I just started praising and I started worshiping like nobody's business, because Lord knows, God knows that when I used to take that route, when I used to work in Huntsville, which is an hour away from where I live, when I used to take that route and I used to get off from work around the same time frame, because it's getting dark, when I used to take that route, guys, I used to slow down. The speed limit is 70. I used to drive 25 to 30 miles an hour in a 70, guys, because I was afraid of the road because of the natural disasters that I've been a part of, Hurricane Katrina and also Hurricane Harvey. I used to be afraid to drive on that road because, first of all, it's very dangerous for the speed limit to be 70, and also because of the water being on the ground, it just makes it more slick because that road is kind of slick already. Even whenever it's cold, that road ices sometimes. So I used to be very afraid. So I believe that God was trying to show me this test today to help me understand that, first of all, you have overcome that fear. Second of all, the way that you overcame that fear is by having me with you. He said he will never leave us, never forsake us. I knew in that instance when I was driving, even though it took me a little bit longer because of the storm, the rain was as heavy. This is the heaviest rain I probably ever drove in, first of all. But I still was able to maintain my speed while I was driving. I still wasn't driving a full 70. I drove about 45 to 50 miles per hour. But I didn't have to drive 25 miles per hour. And I didn't have to pull over because I knew that he was with me. So So I was able to drive and get here to my location, to my destination, fully intact with no injuries. I sustained no injuries. I sustained no wrecks because I included him in it. So it's just like anything else that we do in life. Whenever you go to school, pray over your tests, pray over your course, pray over your professor. Whenever you start a business, you pray over that whole business plan. Whenever you want to start a relationship, you pray in the midst of it. If you pray in the midst of it and you keep God in the middle of it, just where he wants to be at, because he wants to be with us wherever and whenever that we're going. If we go to the restroom, he wants to be in the middle of that. If we go to the kitchen to cook, he wants to be in the middle of that. If we're going to sleep at night, he wants to be in the midst of that. So if you include him in whatever storms you are battling, whatever storms you are facing, our Father will be with you, because he said he will never leave us. He will never forsake us. So you guys stay encouraged. Whatever storm you're going through, you stay encouraged. You let him lead you. You let him guide you. Don't get sidetracked, guys. Don't get sidetracked in this season, because I know that he's doing a new thing. My Father said, behold, I am doing a new thing. And because I understand that he's doing a new thing, I can't allow myself to get sidetracked. I can't allow myself to not understand that he's with me, because he's forever with me. We're his children. He loves us. Y'all have a blessed one, and thank y'all for watching. Bye-bye.